There once lived, in one of the many quiet villages in Bali, a 16-year-old boy. At first glance, he didn't stand out from anyone else's age. He wasn't a soldier, he wasn't a general, and he certainly wasn't a well-decorated officer from any military unit. He was just an ordinary village boy who often helped his family out in the fields and walked past the same dirt roads every day. But just look a little bit closer, beyond his youthful face and simple clothes, and you would remarkably see a bravery beyond his years, an unshakable courage, and a deep, unwavering love for his country. This boy's name was Gung Darma, and he would play an important role for one of Indonesia's military units at a time when the nation's freedom was hanging by a thread. Back then, the troops of Gusti Ngurah Rai were fighting fiercely against the Dutch invaders on the island of Dewata, Bali. The war for freedom was far from over, and every battle, every strategy relied heavily on communication. Yet, this was a time when technology was scarce. There were no cell phones, no secure radios, and definitely no instant messages. Even the radios they did have could be intercepted or bugged by the enemy. That left only one truly safe method for communication: handwritten letters. And that was how Gung Darma's journey as a silent hero began. Though still a teenager, Gung Darma became a secret courier. His mission was to carry and deliver messages from one place to another, quietly sneaking past areas watched by enemy eyes. The letters weren't just simple notes. They contained military strategies, orders for troop movements, and sometimes even words of encouragement meant to lift the spirit of the fighters who were fighting in exhaustion and despair. Though the job seemed straightforward, deliver messages from one place to another, it was anything but safe. If he was caught, the Dutch soldiers wouldn't hesitate to interrogate him, torture him for information, throw him into prison, or even just kill him on the spot. And though the risks were enormous, Gung Darma didn't flinch. He understood that without these messages, the soldiers wouldn't know where to move, when to attack, or when to retreat. Without communication, the resistance could crumble, and the loss of a single letter could mean the failure of an entire operation. Beyond delivering letters, Gung Darma took on even more responsibilities. He helped arrange secret meetings for the resistance, ensuring the fighters could gather safely to plan their next moves. Eventually, he joined the Ciungwanara troops and fought alongside them during the Margarana battle, the final, fateful clash between Ngurah Rai's forces and the Dutch. The fighting was fierce, the sacrifices immense. Gusti Ngurah Rai and nearly all his troops fell in battle that day, giving their lives in a final stand against colonial forces. Gung Darma was there, witnessing the chaos, the bravery, and the devastating losses. He lost many friends, people he had walked alongside, laughed with, and carried messages for. Yet, somehow, he survived. When the war ended, Gung Darma didn't seek fame or recognition. He returned to a simple life, never boasting about what he had done or the risks he had taken. Some might say his efforts were in vain since the Battle of Margarana ended in loss. But I think what he did was undeniably heroic. He risked everything, not for glory, but for the dream of a free nation. His steps across the rice fields, his careful hands carrying secret letters, and his quiet resilience kept the flame of independence burning. Even in the smallest of acts, courage can live, and in the quietest people, history can find its unsung heroes. Thank you for listening.